custom designed racking system. What makes it unique from what everybody else is doing?
Well, I mean the rack itself, it's hydraulic, so we got power off right now, EA? Few of them are. Let me look real quick. Oh, there we go. What makes the rack unique right now is you got a hydraulic lift that can move our bars up and down vertically. Then we have a breakaway system with our bar, so we can swing back when the guy unracks the bar. As far as the rack system in the country, there is no other program that has this style of rack because it is the manufacturing, which is in Jefferson, Iowa, Powerlift. This is the only rack that's on the market. They designed it specifically for us, by us, to fit the needs of our players in our training program. So there isn't another program that has this as of right now. So we'll see for the next 6 to 12 months. We'll be in front of everybody on that. So, but also, you know, this company out of Colorado we use for our high-speed treadmills, our multi-hips, and also our plyo presses, which again, there is no other Division I program right now that has that unique equipment in their program or in their weight room. So there's several pieces in our training center that are unique to other programs as far as what we're doing.
Yancy, what is the, all this unique stuff that you have that allow you to do that you guys couldn't do with them before training wise?
Yeah, come here for a second, please. I'll kind of show you the reason why the bar, the way we did it. We've had, like for example, so myself and Eric, if we're lifting together and we have the same amount of load on the bar, all right, in the past we've always had to take and look at heights of athlete, and we had to sort them by that. So now we can take and truly look at load on the bar and not worry about heights as far as adjusting the rack. So for EA right here, as he's setting the bar, he likes it right there. Now he can lift it. Now he sets his feet. Now this is a safety precaution for our guys. In the past, when they lifted out of the rack and they walked back, as they did that bar started twisting and having torso rotation, all right, which we actually had a few guys with heavy loads would get mid-back strains, all right, from actually walking the bar back. So we do a lot of dynamic efforts of chain and band work. So we want to make sure that we allow the guys to be able to set their feet exactly where they want it, place it exactly on the bar, on their back, and then you got the breakaway system, so then they can squat without having to move anything. Then the minute they're done, boom, he's done, we rack it back in. Then when I go to squat, so is it my turn, we got the same weight loaded, whatever it may be, I like the bar a little higher, so I can set my bar right where I want it, set in, set my feet where I want them, lift up, good. Then I can do my squat and also check technique in the mirror. So, right, back in. Still on a full cage rack, so when we do squat, we still have the safety precautions of having be able to do maximal loads inside of a full cage in our rack. And then also, again, time efficiency and be able to move guys through workouts and not have to worry about adjusting the heights all the time on the racks, which is a concern. And then obviously the safety precautions for being able to let guys set their feet when they do go to unrack the weight and not have to back out of the rack. We actually had that with Jake Knight last year in Baylor Week. Box squatting on Tuesday and backed it out and just had a little tweak kind of actually popped his rib out of place. And he made 17 tackles on Saturday that week, so who knows that guy, right? But that was some of the things we've had that we want to make sure we didn't have. Anything you can take precautionary out of a lift that maybe keep a guy healthy, you're going to do that. So, but Powerlift did that for us. As far as being able to set up the rack and design the rack exactly specification-wise to what we wanted and how we trained was huge. So they were able to do that.
How involved were you with putting this weight in together? How important was it to you?
Ben and I, it was after the Missouri game in 2010. Clayton Orchard, our assistant director, we were sitting in our office. We had just lost, knocked us out of bowl contention that year. We were sitting in there. Ben happened to walk in. It was pretty late. We were discussing stuff, and Ben actually asked us about, facility needs. And we actually sit there on the grease board and start talking about exactly what we wanted, and this is what it came out. Very involved in the design. I asked for a big rectangle. I asked for access to the indoor within a couple feet. I wanted big ceilings. I wanted no pillars in the room like we have now, which we have a real short ceiling. We got a ton of pillars in there. We've got no access to our indoor as far as quickly, and all that stuff was done there right there on the spot. We talked about it that night actually. So it's been in the works for a while as far as the thought process and what we wanted. And then designing wise, our training style, we've been doing it for quite a while. We looked at exactly every single thing we do with our guys as far as what we needed to make sure we had to be efficient in our training plan and a daily workout, and also what was going to make our guys obviously more powerful and faster and healthy on the football field and practice. So when we looked at that and the way we coach, and then you have NCAA limitations right now on how many strength coaches you can have with sport-specific football. You had to take those into consideration as far as how you set up your room, and then how you work guys off the rack into other auxiliary equipment. So that's what we had to take in consideration as far as design. So we feel pretty happy about what we have as far as setup and the flow, and then also our bar system as far as what we have in our rack, 3-bar system instead of a 2-bar, which we have now, which causes us to have to do a lot of movement as far as equipment during the workout, which wastes time. You guys know NCAA rules, you have 20 hours in the in-season and 8 hours in the off-season. And if you go above those, you're going to get your wrist slapped, So you got to make sure that you stay within those rules. And, it's all about time and managing your time as best you can. If you can take less time as far as transition and spend more time on training, then we did what we wanted to as far as accomplishing our goals. So we were very hands-on in the whole design as far as the room, which was awesome, which was like I said, I have no one to complain to about anything except myself if I don't like it, so it would be my fault. So, which I don't right now.
What was it like to go from concept and knowing it's going to go in accordance with that concept and then actually seeing it? That first moment of seeing this reality, I guess. Yeah.
I've been in other situations at our prior jobs where I was involved in it, and it wasn't. You walk in and you bring in equipment, all of a sudden there's a bulkhead that is in the way of a 9-foot rack that you had no idea about. So, I was extremely happy that but I was informed every day as far as what was going on process-wise, and so we felt extremely lucky and happy as far as when we walk in, on a day-to-day basis and looking at the room and seeing what we have, and then you're always anxious. You look at a piece of paper and you got this equipment on there, and you just don't know, until you truly get in the floor, and then you see we actually have more space than we thought we would. So we're ecstatic about that. So, and I think our kids, too. They look through the windows, they come through the tour and all that stuff, and they see it. The places, the equipment's massive, but the scale of it, the size and things like that, actually makes it doesn't look that big.
Yeah.
So we're very happy about where we're at right now.
Are the guys already training in